We are going to take a look at the latest trailer for the next entry into the DC animated universe. How is that Hoeg and Sarnoff going to ruin this? Let's take a look. Welcome back to the Best Damn Nerd Show. Microphone alchemist James Kincaid, Chief Science Officer of Star Labs Mark Truex, Professor Chris Davis, and we're going to the trailer park, as if my tease wasn't enough to show you that we're trash. And we're going to be taking a look at the trailer for The Long Halloween, the next entry in the DC animated universe. It is a seminal Batman story. It is one of my favorites because it involves Two-Face. It shows a lot of the sort of detective side of Batman. Before we go to the trailer, well, actually, I'm going to let Mark's reaction speak for themselves. Let's take a look, and we'll talk about it during and after.
I like how it's like a real movie.
Unlike most of the DC ones.
Oh,
I can't really be a lawyer and a criminal, can I?
yes, you can.
I want to win. But do I want to win like this?
Oh,
I'm of two minds here. So it's a coin flip.
this is Jensen Ackles, yeah?
Yep. And Josh Duhamel is Harvey Dent.
Johnny Vita was murdered tonight. Falcone crime family has to be taken down.
Looks good.
There's only room for
Oof.
one homicidal maniac in this
Animation looks very nice.
Yeah. And that line's like straight from the comics, too, I think. Woo!
This stuff's heavy-handed.
Why are you running?
The title
It's
bars.
a little fun.
Yeah, I like the look, dude. It's sleek. It's like a update on the animated series, but still that sort of like nouveau stuff.
Yeah.
Gothic.
You still haven't figured out who killed Johnny Viti?
A killer who only works on holidays.
Dude, love a calendar man, though.
I knew you would.
Crazy out there.
Little Grundy.
Once I take him out, things are going to be different. We can start a family. The city is fallen, Alfred.
And we must endeavor to lift it
Definitely
up
an
again.
updated animated series.
Yeah, but not like it looks good though. Like true enough to everything.
And who's next?
And
Okay.
yeah, into it.
Love Batman, right? This is not in question. I have not read The Long Halloween.
That was going to be my question for you, Mark.
I have not. It is one of the seminals that people always talk about, and the DC Essential Books is always trying to push. Haven't read it. Got to tell you, this trailer doesn't like pull me into it though. I still don't really know what it's about.
Okay.
Good.
Like I'm watching that and I'm just like, well, it's Batman. I get that that's Two-Face. I get Calendar Man. I get Grundy. Joker's in the mix. There's Catwoman around.
So
but I don't see what the story hook is.
let me set the scene a little bit for you. It has been a while since I've read it, but it is year one adjacent. It's early in Batman's career. Harvey Dent is still, the DA. He's not Two-Face yet at the time of this story starts. And so it is early in the career of Batman. It is sort of at least in the comics, the leap into the supervillain era for Batman. It is sort of very much so the paradigm shift from fighting just gangsters and stuff like that to, there's a lot of these sort of costumed characters that I'm going to be dealing with. That's sort of my recollection of it. It's holiday themed killers. Now, again, the costumed characters still existed and stuff, but this was sort of the like leaning fully in to this, because as you saw, Calendar Man already exists and all this stuff, but it's like going heavy on that. And yeah, so holiday themed. Well, not so. There's killings that happen during each holiday.
Right.
As it comes around, and Batman and Gordon and everyone, they're trying to solve who the holiday killer is. Who is Holiday? And obviously one of the natural suspects is Calendar Man. Is he the killer? I'm not gonna spoil who it is. One of the cool things.
Riddler?
No, and actually, that I discussed that with John in terms of changing things for the sake of changing things. This is one where the ending of this story is definitely still talked about amongst comic fans. Davis, you've read it?
I haven't read it since college, but I actually borrowed it from our own John Craig. So, but I did read it in college, and it was one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it involves some of my favorite characters. I love Harvey Dent. Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain. So I'm very excited for it. I hope they stay true, and I think it's I hope they stay truer to who the killer is than they did in, say, Hush. Mark, as you alluded to.
Yeah.
Who was that? Was it Davis? Did you know that it was changed, or was it you and Jeff that didn't know? Okay,
we both didn't know. We're like, oh, that didn't seem like it was the right thing.
I thought for sure it was going to be Bruce Wayne's old friend. Yeah, Mark, regale us with it as they talk to you after.
And we just watched that hot mess. And Davis and Jeff are both like, that was good. I really thought it would have been his friend. What a twist. I'm like, it is his friend.
Yeah, I remember that vividly. Yes. I could not believe my eyes watching that. Like, why would you do that to Hush, who is, one of the newer-ish villains
great.
That has staying power? Yeah, why would you do that? I did not understand it whatsoever. So that is sort of the up and down legacy of the DC animated universe. That they've had some really good entries like Flashpoint Paradox. Hush was a miss by what they did to the ending, right? And then
the movie was actually really good, but
except
just
for that
change.
Yeah.
And I guess for Davis and Jeff, I guess it played to a degree, but like it would have been really good if they didn't do it too. Like, does it help the story? I don't think so.
There was no reason for them to do that. It did not help the story. Much like the Killing Joke, I believe it was. Mark, you can correct me if I'm wrong. When they had Batman and Batgirl get down for no reason, and then the Q&A.
So you care more about Batgirl.
But no, I think it was just more gratuitous. Just like Dick Grayson.
I don't care about this character that ends up getting paralyzed. I need to care more just because she gave it up on a rooftop. Like.
The S-Storm, like at least I didn't like it. I don't think, Davis, you liked The Killing Joke. Jeff, I don't believe, liked The Killing Joke. We skedaddled out of the panel pretty quickly, but what followed after we left was an S-Storm at Comic-Con, unlike anything until Game of Thrones rolled to town after its final season. Like, people were not happy. So there is a sometimes sordid history with the DC animated universe. I think it looks good. I think Jensen Ackles sounds good as Batman. Of course, I would love Kevin Conroy, but he's taken a step back. And again, this is earlier in Batman's career. So having a younger Jensen Ackles, that's fine. Josh Duhamel's Harvey Dent, great. I don't know. And I think the look of it's really good. Davis, what say you?
Yeah, I mean, everything I remember from it's hitting the vibe, the emotion from it. And I mean, and you got Calendar Man. So they didn't take him out, which they definitely shouldn't.
Absolutely. No, Calendar Man is...
He's a pivotal role.
If Calendar Man is intrinsic to any Batman plot, it's this one. Yeah. He's got to be involved with a holiday-themed killer.
And I'd like to know who the voice was because it did ring a bell. But I think they had the look right. The animation looked great. It just looks like a modern animated series. It looks fantastic. So it looks very smooth, I will say too. So I'm excited for it. This is the first time I've seen it, so I'm stoked.
Thanks so much for watching this far, Nerdosphere. Be sure to like and subscribe. Join our Discord, bestdamnnerdshow.com/Discord if you want to get in on the conversation. And if you got a few coins to flip that you can part with, our Patreon, bestdamnnerdshow.com/Patreon. We appreciate all your support. Keep saying it loud and saying it proud.